It's funny because when it comes to Sentai and Power Rangers, we don't really embrace certain cultures, but Sentai is pretty popular in Japan. They're still going over there. They've been doing it for decades, all these years, and they're still popping with different seasons, even though they're good or bad, they're still going. But this story is very special for a lot of people who grew up with Sentai and Power Rangers, but I feel like for the dad who was able to do some research on the character, because you could tell he doesn't really know about the Sentai, or he probably watched some of the shows, but I think thanks to his daughter, he understands the culture. So this is pretty much a W for the dad, for the most part, because usually parents in America don't really watch kid shows, but I think when they were young, when their kids were young, and now they're watching Power Rangers right now, they're beginning to understand what the show is like because of their favorite characters and all of that. And it's not just kids that are watching this, but they're teenagers and adults that grew up with Power Rangers as well. So in this case, I think the dad is doing an amazing job of hooking his daughter up with a unique costume based on her favorite character from Dawn Brothers, even though I'm not the biggest fan of the show because of the CGI Rangers, which is kind of stupid to me. But I understand why the Yellow Ranger is her favorite character, so I'm not gonna knock her down for that. So let's dive into this article and let's give this dad the biggest W of his life because he put this daughter up. Larry Birkhead went the extra mile to make this Halloween a special one for his daughter, Dannielynn. What? Dannielynn, whatever you say her name. I'm sorry. On Wednesday, the devoted dad 50 shared some looks at the process he underwent to make the 17-year-old the Halloween costume he promised her. Unaware it wasn't already available for her, or it wasn't really available for sale. Probably like in stores from the internet or whatever though, but Dannielynn came to me a few weeks ago and said she wanted to be Ani's sister for Halloween. She is a character from one of her favorite shows, Avataro-Inspired Dawn Brothers. Larry wrote, referring to the Japanese tokusatsu series. I believe I brushed it off and said, sure, we have plenty of time for that. Fast forward to me finding out they don't sell the costumes in stores, he continued, so I had to make it from scratch, based on a 3D model. It is the first time I attempted that before. But I figure we are approaching the end of the trick-or-treating phase. Or maybe not, so I told her I would try my best. After hours and hours, he presented his version of the costume that she has reminded him, numerous times, it's not Power Rangers. Yeah. Like I said, I think in most cases parents don't really understand about Power Rangers though, but I think they're familiar with it from the 90s because that's basically what people remember Power Rangers from. But if he actually made this from scratch, I can't imagine it looking terrible if it were to be adapted in America, but without using the CGI Rangers and the CGI stock footage. But I think it might work if you give it a better story, a different take, a darker take. I think it's going to be more interesting to say the least. So let's continue. We ran out of time, so I had to leave some things unfinished. So I just went as a tired dad, he joked. I think I nailed that costume a little better than I did hers. Dannielynn then went on to fill up the pillowcase for candy trick-or-treating with a friend. Glad to make her smile, but next time I'll check online to make sure what she wants is available. You know, I think when it comes to parents nowadays, you got some dickheads of a fathers and mothers that don't really treat their kids right. But it's rare to see dads on the internet and in real life that are experts in making costumes, that are professional artists that knows about this stuff. And if they could just somehow teach the kids about what they know growing up, so they can grow up to become just like them and follow their footsteps, but keep them on the right path. So I think this is pretty interesting to see. So, like I said, Dad, I love what I see, and I appreciate him for what he's doing for his daughter. And I love seeing stories like this. It warms my heart. All right, I mean, it doesn't look too bad, you know. At least he did it from scratch. So I'm not gonna knock it down. Like I said, he did a great job. So, you know, I guess we can't watch a video on Instagram. Should we? All right, we can watch. I'm gonna have to give it a like. I love this. Wow, bruh. Look at that. Look at that. Yo, this dad is a hero, bruh. So I can recognize the trees. Ah. I know this video is probably gonna get blocked because of this song. So I'm not gonna lie, man. I love seeing this. I really do. This is dope. This is absolutely dope because I love what the dad did for his daughter. You know, if I went to school for fashion and costume design, I would have probably did the same thing for my son or daughter if they're fans of comic heroes, whether it's Power Rangers, Sentai, Spider-Man, Batman, Daredevil. Because as an aspiring comic artist, I would have done the exact same thing. No cap. This is crazy. I love what the dad did. Let me look back at how his teen has grown as he commemorated her 17th birthday with a heartfelt Instagram post. Happy 17th birthday, Dannielynn. I don't know why I can't say her name right. I'm so sorry if I mispronounce it. I am so proud of you in each day and every day. I wish you the best day ever, he began. You are funny, crazy, smart, pretty, and just about everything I could ever imagine. Your mom would be so proud of you. I sure am too. He continued referring to Dannylynn's late mom. Oh, wait. You mean to tell me that this is Anna Nicole Smith's daughter? How can I not? Oh my God, how can I not notice this? What? Dude, I'm just finding this out now. Holy. I had no idea who this dude was at first until I saw the name Anna Nicole Smith. I'm thinking it is someone else's mother. But how did he know about, you know what, I'm not even going to answer questions. I'm just shocked. I'm just finding this out, y'all. Oh my God, bro. This is a surprise to me. Hey, love you, Dad. By the way, when you asked me if you could live in my basement forever, I said yes. But I didn't have the heart to tell you. There aren't any basements in Florida. Oh, so it's in Florida. I thought it was in California. And at the same time, she is a picky eater, just like her mom. I am too, so ain't nothing wrong with that. Oh, it's like, oh my gosh, he laughed. She eats no meat at all. One time in her life, she's eating meat. So she's like a vegan. I mean, well, she's a vegetarian, so I can respect that. As long as she ain't like these crazy vegans out here nowadays. It's been a struggle ever since she was little. She's a big pasta eater. I am too. Loves pizza and things. And we add vitamins and different things to get her well-rounded. She gets a lot of sauce on her pizza. Her mom was a sauce. A condiment freak. All right, man. I see where he went there. She would just eat extra. I mean, she would just extra everything, and loaded it down, and that's how Danny. You know what? I'm just gonna call her Danny because I cannot say her name full correctly. I don't know why, but I'm so sorry. It's probably the best stories I've written all day, and I love what the dad did. I love what Larry did. He is such an amazing father. I really think he did a great job on the costume. I think he stated the material very well. I think he knows a little bit more about Sentai. But if he dated someone else and who is married to them and had a baby by him, maybe 5 or 10 years, he's gonna probably make the same thing for his son or daughter, or whatever costumes that their favorite characters are. He's gonna hook it up the same way he did with his daughter Danny. So, like I said, Larry gets a W for doing an amazing job on creating the Yellow Ranger, like the show. And I'm not gonna judge it because I think he did a great job. So I'm gonna leave this video on a positive note. What's your thoughts on this? Let me know in the comments. Link to the article will be down in the description.